All right, let's get into this. It is time for the New York Times crossword for um, Thursday, April 10th. Just realized I didn't open it up. Let me actually do my checks now. All right, get on the screen and I hit this button so my video doesn't overlay on the clues. There, we're ready to go. Thursday crosswords always got the nice theme, nice trick to them. Nothing out stands out right now. But we do see peculiarly short across clues here on the left and longer clues on the down. So we'll see what this pops out to be. If I were to make any kinds of guesses, the longer down clues are going to end up being some kind of theme clue. So if we run through the acrosses, then maybe we'll just start revealing what that's going to be. But no reason to believe that, just a wild guess based off of the grid layout. So let's get started. Bub, Pal, probably. Hennessy, Louis Vuitton, French luxury goods holding company. No clue. Start with a P. If it starts with a P, I want to put like Pierre, but that don't fit. What a car service might await. Not sure what that even means. Corona or Dos Equis. So that would be beers. And in Spanish, isn't that just like bebidas or bebida, singular? Bebida doesn't fit. So don't know. We'll just keep going then. All right. Rapper with back-to-back triple platinum albums in 2000 and 2001. They've been throwing Eminem in here a lot lately, so I'm just going to put him in there. I don't know if that's true, but he fits, so let's go with that. Jacksonville NFL player familiarly, that would be a Jag. Pen that in, so it's not Eminem. Vinegary, don't know. I want to put like acidy or acerbic, but whatever. Testy, chance encounter, also don't know, like a set 2 maybe. But I don't want to pencil that in, so let's keep going. Remove some metadata from on social media, so scrub, I think would be something that we can do there. Actually, I know it's going to be, but let's just cycle through the downs and then fix it up. All right, diminutive, diminutively. Lil, and Bastille Day season. Et. All right, so Scrub is wrong, and this ends up being Ja Rule. I didn't even know he had back-to-back albums, period. But this would turn this into untag, and we can move along with the acrosses. Lil and ete. I don't know how to say that. I should probably look that up. But those can stay. Now, measurement, that becomes a third of its size if its second letter is removed. Tablespoon, 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. Gospel. Trying to think of a word that is like fact, truth. Yeah, let's go with truth. It might be pushed back by just one more story. That could be bedtime. Michigan City and Simon Garfunkel's America. I don't really know Michigan City, so we'll just keep going. Opposite of follow. Proceed. Precede? I think it's precede, not proceed with CEED, but let's check that. Hundreds of Swedish krona, no clue. It might drip onto an urban sidewalk informally. Acid, rain, drip onto urban sidewalk. No clue. Gonna keep going. What a spooked horse might do, I guess rear. To err is human, but it feels divine, maybe. The original is to err is human, to forgive is divine. I have no reason to believe it is gonna be air, so I'll just leave it blank for now. Shoveling, there's your theme clue, or your first theme clue. If I were to make a guess, and I'm going to go ahead and do it, even though I don't know what the theme clue is. I have enough downs to make a educated guess of gentle nudge. Now, let's take a minute to see if we can guess how shoveling could relate to it. If you remove the S, hoveling, I don't think that I can relate that to gentle nudge in any way. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what comes to be with the next one. What dissolves in H2O? H2O is the chemical formula for water. So what dissolves in H2O? That is table salt. And what is the chemical formula for table salt? That is NaCl. I spelled that wrong. All right, let's keep going. So that nudge looks like it's pretty promising. Now, show stopping the vice. No clue. Pause button. TiVo. Could be TiVo. TVR. I feel like we might run into having something outdated like TiVo in here. I'm going to just throw it in to be humorous. But good way to come out on top would make TiVo look promising. We'll see though. Anything can end in an O. All right, godmother in Guatemala, perhaps. Your aunt could be your godmother. All right, space for venting. Attic has a venting space. All right. When I did TiVo, I didn't check the one down, but I still don't know what this would be. Mr. Hennessy or Ms. Hennessy. All right, so we got to our next theme clue, martini. Not as many downs for this one from the other clues, so gonna be harder to guess, but let's check the downs that we do get here. So, member of the South Asian diaspora. Member, would that be the type of people or would that be a location? So like Laos, I think easily fits in here as far as countries go, but if it's not the country, if it's the people, then that gets quite a bit harder. So I'm gonna go ahead and just throw that in. I can see that with 35 across for the PS, it may not fit well. Obviously there's lots of words that start with PS, so we can leave it in and just see how that pans out. Now, tabloid talk show, Maury Povich, lock that in. You are not the father. I am not getting that clue wrong. International grocery chain, founded in Germany, no clue. We'll skip that. So martini, this is going to be some kind of machine, it seems. And this could be something machine, like vending machine. But I still can't think of what it would be as far as a theme would go. But this is going to be ascetic. I was thinking acerbic. I don't know if those are synonyms, but there you go. And a run-in is your testy chance encounter. So I can't remember what I thought was going to go there, what's wrong. And so your 15 across turns out to be AC unit. All right, so let's just keep going. All right, I did check 27 down. All right. Ancient speakers of Nahuatl. So that makes me want to put Aztec in there. It's not going to be Inca or Incans. And tie score ender, all. So like one all. Lock that in. Steamed could be mad, will be mad. Country known as the land of a million elephants. Now that can be Laos. Now let's check the downs that this rounds out. So would a car service might await? Arrival? Sure. Service, damn, how did I get that wrong? All right, so what I had PAL, and this is gonna end up being Mac, and we can check the down here is Mort maybe? To air, so it is air, Moet and or. All right, and this does become vending machine. Daisy is your member of South Asian. Come on, man. I don't know why. I was thinking like Southeast Asian. Didn't read it well, but looks like we got the top portion of the puzzle almost locked down, even though we still don't know what the theme is. So ear, piece, piece. Let's go with eardrum for now. Moves in a left, left, right, right. Footstep pattern. Somethings. I don't know what that means, but sure. Do-si-dos. Two steps. Waltzes. Cha-chas. Let's see. Norse God of War. No clue. Far mother would be you. And so your Michigan City appears to be Saginaw, which I have no reason to argue against or be able to verify. So your Bandito, who knows what it'll be, but let's check the downs. Brand that rhymes with what it helps remove. Don't know. Internet equivalent of an R rating. Not safe for work. Understand. Get it. All right. So your Bandito would be something. Don't know. I'll just keep going. All right. Letters aptly missing from something state. Something state. No clue. D blank blank A. Dream state. REM. Two consecutive underscores, but with a line break was confusing. Asylum seeker, that'd be a refugee, correct? Let's just pen that in. Country whose name comes from the Latin phrase for Red Sea. Let's go with Eritrea. I don't know if that's true, but not many countries start with E, unless Ethiopia, which doesn't fit. Cars with clutches would be manuals. Lock that in. We can move on to 42 across, like Median, Atrium, likely airy. Let's check this 33 down for Norse God of War. It's like roar. I don't know. We'll skip it. Button often pressed moments before noticing a typo. Send, unfortunately. Sorry, burping. Active pleasant stress relief. Pleasant stress relief. Don't know. Skip it. Titular solver of many a medical mystery in 2000s TV. That would be Dr. House. Cool. Keep going. Mound stat. Baseball mound. ERA is a stat for a pitcher who is on the mound. All right. Limo passenger, perhaps. Let's go with VIP. Yo, VIP. Let's kick it. Venn diagram would then be easy to lock in. Let's just pen that in as well. Following, after looks good. Checking 48 down. Hebrew for my Lord. I feel like I should know this. I want to put Allah, but that doesn't fit. All right, we'll keep going. All right, sublet, question mark. Don't know. I have a feeling this is going to become with, ending with a proposition, but let's check the downs here first. So grain to mill, grain milled into flour, wheat, perhaps. Let's just throw it in there. Fabled storyteller, likely Aesop. Can't even spell. Spelled it wrong again. And gets warmer, nears, like hot and cold. Sure. So sublet. Looks like this is going to end up being finger sandwich. And we'll remove that G, or the wheat. And let's see what it could be. So grain milled into flour. Grain. How about that? Anyways, let's keep going. So we wrapped up a couple of downs here. So brand that rhymes with what helps remove. Nair removes hair. All right, 32 down. Moves in a left, left, right, right footstep pattern. No clue. So I'm going to head and remove drum. Skips. Sounds like it's good, so we'll throw that in. And let's just check these. So bandito, it would fit here well. Pinky ring. I think this would then be Tyr for the Norse god. Earpiece would be a stud, and your grocery chain would be Aldi, which I believe is a thing. So we've gone through 4 themed answers, and I think I've got them all right, and I still don't know what the theme is. So we're just going to keep going, and we'll come back to see if we can even figure out what the theme is. I don't, maybe, hopefully there's a revealer, but I think that's a sign that the puzzle is a bit easy for Thursday, regardless. So reversal, U-turn, no surprise. Let me throw that in there. This will end up being EEO, even though I don't really know what that means, and I'll pencil it in case it's wrong. Some victories will be TKOs, and we'll check the down. So in view, scene, rocket. I still don't know what the theme is, so we'll check the downs. Well, it'd be oho, not aha. Aha is more like aha, I got it. Where well is more like gotcha, or yeah, something like that, which aligns to oho. Rocks, Foo Fighters. New do hue, likely die. All right, and rocket, that becomes grain of sand. Now, this is more interesting because it seems like a rock is a rock, and then what's something that's really tiny, rocket, grain of sand. That kind of works. So maybe we can review things quite a bit more literally for the picking apart the, what's it called? Yeah, picking apart the clues. So anyways, the themed clues. So Parisian Boulevard is going to be Rue. Ursula's lackeys are eels. Joy, hooray with a Y. What's the use? Jet stream direction, I guess, would be east, and that would make your grain milled into flour grist, which I wouldn't have answered otherwise. My bad would be oops. Huh? Oopsie with an IE. Hebrew for my Lord, Adonai, sure. I would not have guessed that. And lastly, something E King, Stand By Me singer. Act of pleasant stress relief, neck rub. So we can go ahead and throw that in. We'll see if it solves it with a little over 17 minutes in, and then we'll just re-review all the theme answers. So got it. Quite a bit easy for a Thursday. I would say for a Thursday, not great in regards to the theme, because I got through it without even knowing it. This last one gave me a hint to what it might be, but now we need to review the other theme answers. So shoveling, so ling can be added onto the end of something to make it seem small. So shoveling is not a big shove, gentle nudge. All right. Eeny or teeny. Eeny being the suffix that makes something small, and I think Italian, so martini, a tiny mart, a tiny selling thing, not quite a whole mart, just the vending machine. Cool. Bandito, so not a bandit is what it would be, was full of bandito, but ito being in Spanish, suffix for small, like burrito being a small burro, apparently. That was actually one of the clues in, I think, the final round of ACPT, if you check the C cluing, C. But yes, so small band, a ring on your smallest finger would be your pinky. So there you go. Now we go a finger sandwich, so sublet. So let, like a manlet, like a piglet, a sub being a bigger sandwich. So what is a smaller sandwich than a sub, than a foot long, is a finger sandwich. So there you go. I didn't understand the theme until we got to et. And I guess I can't tell if these are all supposed to be from different languages, because the let I don't think comes from a particular language. Et I think might be used in French, maybe? I don't know. But your ito is used in Spanish, your ini, I guess, is Italian, and the ling, I think, similar to let, is just something used in general. So I don't think it's a language specific one. But there you go. We got the theme down. Now that we completed the entire puzzle, got there without having to do too much rehashing. I could not remember the Spanish word for cerveza, and I think that's the only thing that I feel bad about. Made the guess for TiVo, and it ended up being right, so I kind of find that funny that it's using a piece of technology that hasn't really been mainstream for quite a long time. Adonai, don't know anything about. Grist, I also don't know anything about. Saginaw, I also don't know anything about. AC unit was a bit hard to get in there. Tier was also a bit of a guess. And just all these things I didn't have any real confidence in. Oh, even East here. Common word, but cluing difficult. More trivial than tricky, I think. But the fact that there's a lot of clues in here that I just didn't really have much to know about, and I was still able to not just fill those in, but also just guess the theme answers, as they weren't very hard, because they're long and just became obvious at some point with all the crossing words. Yeah, it's just quite a bit easy for a Thursday. But there we have it. We're done. I'm going to go eat dinner now. Thanks all for watching. Cool.